there's a very slight, sad, realistic chance that we are watching LeBron's last playoff series. And for someone like me, it's especially weird because I don't know basketball without LeBron James. As much as that sounds like I'm glazing, I'm not lying. He was literally drafted before I was born. I thought of this because when I look at clips of LeBron or posts that involve him on the internet and I read the comments, I don't think you guys really understand how boring basketball can be without someone as big as LeBron James. Who's after that? We did it! I'll admit I was a LeBron hater when I was younger. You know, it was the wave. It was the thing to do when it was 2010, 2011. I don't know why I disliked them. I just know that everybody else disliked him, so I did too. Then he went back to Cleveland. He had a rivalry with the Warriors, who are my hometown team. I don't like the Warriors. I then became a LeBron fan because I was rooting for him to beat the Warriors. And then all that happened and here we are now. He's been getting cooked the last 2 playoff series. He got bounced in the first round last year. He's gonna get bounced in the first round this year, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope there's a 3-1. Probably not gonna be a 3-1. And I'm thinking about it and I'm just, how weird is it gonna be? Because a vast majority of us, unless you're an old head, a vast majority of us don't know the NBA without LeBron. Like I said, he was literally drafted before I entered this world. It's kind of, he's been a professional athlete, one of the hardest things to do physically, longer than I've been breathing. That's insane. And he's been the best at it for that entire amount of time. I mean, think about it, dude. The past couple of generations, when Jordan left, you had Kobe, who was entering the absolute prime of his career. When it was Kobe's time to retire, LeBron, Steph, KD, Westbrook, all those guys were established. League is in good hands. We're now at this stage where I don't really know that we can say that, because even with all these guys still playing, there's just not the same energy and aura around the NBA as I remember there being. Right off the dome, we're currently in the playoffs. Playoffs don't feel like playoffs to me anymore because it's just not, like, the presentation itself just isn't what it used to be. For example, we don't have the colored, some teams still do this, but we don't have the colored jerseys all over the arena like there used to be. They made all the logos lame and like there's no character to them. It just doesn't feel the same. So who do we have when these main guys retire? We got people like Ant-Man. We got people like Wemby. We got people like Jason Tatum. We got people like Shea. Can't really say Giannis and Jokic because they're 30, so they'll still have a couple good years left. But a lot of guys, you know, they don't really have the energy like that. The only one I can really think of is Anthony Edwards, because you got to think about it. And this is just my observation. You can't just say the most talented player is going to be the next face of the league, because there's more than just talent to being the entire face of a sport. You need to have character. You need to but you need to have good looks. You got to be like presentable. You got to be marketable to people and shit. Because if pure talent was the case, Jokic should have taken over being face of the league. But we can't deny at all that he's top 3, top 2 best player in the world. But he just doesn't play that type of face of the league play style. You know, he's not flashy, he's not crazy athletic doing crazy dunks, but he has the stats. So you give those stats to somebody like Anthony Edwards, oh my God. Worldwide, bro, worldwide. Like, for example, LeBron had that crazy athleticism along with the skill, jumping out of the gym. KD, freakishly tall and can do everything a guard can do. That's why I'm saying Anthony Edwards or Wemby. You had Curry during a time when nobody else was doing it, was shooting the ball from the fucking logo on a nightly basis. So you have guys who either do something that hasn't been seen before or do something that everybody loves watching at a rate that everybody is below you, like LeBron. LeBron didn't bring in a new play style. He didn't bring in nothing crazy that hadn't been done before. There's been big guards who can pass crazy, who are crazy athletic, but he was just so much better at it than everybody who had done it before, and he put it all in one package that it was just undeniable. And he was marketed from high school as the next face of the league. Most of the times when people kind of push that narrative on somebody that's so young, they usually don't live up to that. And LeBron's the one guy that has lived up to it. So I think it fucked us up because we saw somebody live up to that standard that nobody else for at least a while will probably live up to. And now we're like, ugh. Because think about it, bro. Everybody, we've had greatest prospects of all time for a while now since LeBron. And there's been good ones, but nobody has really lived up to it. The one that can live up to it is Wemby, but he's still young. We thought Ben Simmons was gonna be crazy.
Hey, LeBron, we're good, bro.
We thought Zion was gonna be crazy.
The word out on Zion Williamson is that he'll eat the table. I'm quoting. He'll eat the table. What in the hell?
And they had talent for sure, but not face of the league talent. So I try to wonder, what are we going to lean on, and what are we gonna do once he leaves? I think he might stay for another year, especially now that he has Luka, but he got maybe 1-2 years max left. It hurts the league, not only that LeBron is on his way out, but that a whole generation is on its way out. And I think the most popular generation is on its way out that the league has ever had. LeBron, Curry, Durant, Harden, CP, Westbrook, Dame. It's just not, I don't know how it's gonna look. And I'm very curious because the past, I wanna say 2 years is probably the most like unattracted or uninterested I've ever been in the NBA. And it's annoying because that's what I've loved since I've been a kid. So I worry for the future of the league and how it's gonna turn out. Obviously, of course, this is just my opinion. Everybody else maybe is excited for him to dip, although I doubt it. But I can't. You're actively watching me have a tough time imagining what the league will look like without these guys. So these playoffs are kind of hard to watch because it's like, Anthony Edwards is retiring everybody, bro.